We're gonna get this party started. We're gonna get this party started. We're gonna get this party started. It's a Bible reading party. We're gonna get this party started. We're gonna get this party started. We're gonna get this party started. It's a Bible reading party. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. There we go. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Facebook. Make sure my mute is off. Yes, good morning, Facebook. Good morning, YouTube. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. It's been a long night. How are you? I was going to say, how is everybody? But no, how are you? How are you, YouTube watcher? How are you, Facebook viewer? Excuse me while I drink a Capri Sun because I've been hard at work and I'm very thirsty. This is Pacific Cooler time. Yeah. This is how I'm celebrating my Bible reading party. Yes. While you guys were sleeping, well, at least the people on this side of the planet, I know there are maybe some people watching on the other side of the planet over in Asia, but while you guys were sleeping, I was up typing away on my first blog. Not the one that you guys know about, but I'll tell you the details in a second. But today is, I gotta hold it for you guys to both see it. Today is Saturday. The time is now 7:10 a.m. That's Texas time. Time is now 7:10 a.m. It is the 4th of July. It is Independence Day here in the state of Texas, here in the country of the United States of America. Yes, and it is July 4th, 2020, and we're in week 27. So if you celebrate it, happy 4th of July. If you do not celebrate it, happy Saturday, and just happy you. I see movement. I see the Wiz, who's the early bird in the room, says morning Kenya. Nicole says good morning 40 fam. Hey 40 fam. Nicole also says bless the like button. Yes. Warm them palms up so you can bless the like button. Warm it up. The Wiz says it's July. It is. And I even changed my calendar because you told me to in the comments. Good eye. Destiny Forever Walks, good to see you. Grand Rising Kenyan, how are you? I'm amazing. I was like this around 3 o'clock in the morning. I was like this about 4 o'clock in the morning. By 5 o'clock, I said, no, because something happened. I'll tell you about it in a second. And then by 6:30, 6:40, I was like, yeah. Had some trials and tribulations, but it's okay. Because it's a Bible reading party. That's what time it is right now. This is my Bible. Can you see it? Let me let Facebook see it. This is my Bible. This is the New Believer's Bible, compact version. New Living Testament. So if you want to get your own, that's what it looks like. I suggest this particular Bible because it is a modern read, and yeah, it makes it very easy to go through and read. This is what I will be using this week. I'm not using this one anymore because I'm not in the book of Psalms. This one really helps because it has extra notes and whatnot. I got my handy dandy Bible dictionary, which I read about Judah, the person, and Judah, the nation of Judah, or the kingdom of Judah. So that's what happened yesterday. We are in the first book of Corinthians. Yesterday was 7, 8, and 9, and I think today is 10, 11, and 12. Let me not guess. Let me show you. Now, for you Facebook people, you just got to take my word for it. I'm looking on my laptop at my Kindle download. And if you want to see it, you got to come check me out at Boulevard 40 on YouTube. You can put in hashtag Boulevard 40, or you can type out BLVD space 40, or you can even type in hashtag Bible Reading Party, because I already got the claim on it. I mean, somebody else could use it, but I'm the first person to use it. So Bible Reading Party, you can look me up on YouTube. Then you'll be able to see what I'm showing the YouTube people right now. So on the screen, you will see a gold box. On the left side of the gold box, It says Psalms. Well, it says read, and that's what I've been reading. I've been reading Psalms Monday and Tuesday, and from Wednesday on, I've been reading the first book of Chronicles, 1, 2, and 3 on Wednesday, 4, 5, and 6 on Thursday, 7, 8, and 9 on Friday. Today is Saturday, according to my clock. So I'm going to be reading Chronicles 10, 11, and 12. On the right side of the golden box, it says checkpoint, checkpoint, checkpoint. So you need to keep your ears perked up to listen out for these particular moments when I mention things like kings bringing presents, David's sisters, 212 gatekeepers, water from Bethlehem's well, and the ark on a cart. The ark on a cart. The ark on the cart. Hey, it's the ark on the cart. If you're curious as to what it looks like, this is the cover of the book I'm using. The author is Diane Stortz. The title of the study book that I'm using to make my way through the Bible is A Woman's Guide to Reading the Bible in a Year, a Life-Changing Journey into the Heart of God. And that's how I'm pacing myself. All right, the next screen share I'm going to show you guys is my website. Yes, I built a website. The website is called The Bible in 1 Year. Why'd you call it that, can you? Because I want to read the Bible in 1 year. And nobody else had the name, so I took it and I built it up. I talked about this yesterday. As of yesterday, my very first blog is published and available on this website. So you can go check it out, read it, let me know what you think. And the name of that particular blog is 12 Skills You Need Before Reading the Bible. That's a little teaser. That's what it looks like. 12 skills you need before reading the Bible. That's what I wrote. And you can find that right here at The Bible in 1 Year. I've actually been working on another website, which is why I was up all night long. The name of that website, you may have seen it pop up on a screen at some point, either on this channel or on my main channel, because I'm starting to actually incorporate my websites into some of the videos. So if you're paying attention, you'll see some websites pop up and you might be like, what'd she put that up there for? It's because I made that and I want you to go check it out. I want you to go visit it. This is the second website that I've been working on. This is coveredhead.com. Can you guess why I made a website called Covered Head? If you guess because I've been covering my head this year, you're right. Ding, 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 ding. I'm on a personal and spiritual journey to figure out what is the covered head. What is the covered head? So I'm going to be putting some resources here as well. And I actually made my first blog as well on this website. I will be writing a book on, well, you guys already know that I'm writing a book about YouTube, but I'm actually going to be writing a book about my experience as a non-Muslim person covering her head and hair for a year. I want to see what that's about. I want to see what significance there is in that. I may or may not continue after 2020, but anyways, this is my first blog, you guys. Check it out. What is the covered head? Definitions, expressions of modesty, fashion, and religion. And yes. Okay. The last thing I want to show you is my face. Because I'm all done. I'm actually all done. Yeah. The last thing I want to show you is me. Okay, funny thing that happened last night. So from about, I said I was like this, and then I went like that, and then I went like this. So I'm writing. And one thing that you should know, if you've ever written a paper, what are you supposed to do? Like, when you're in school, when you're writing a research paper, an essay, you're supposed to save often, right? I was saving. I was writing. I was saving. I was writing. I was saving. What I was doing, another thing I was doing that I shouldn't have been doing, I was making edits on my phone while I was making edits on the laptop. And I was making edits on my phone. And somehow between those two, come 5 o'clock when I was like, yes, publish, it was gone. Somehow, when I started it on my phone, the first 3 lines, like I started 3 lines on my phone and then I wrote the rest on my laptop. And when I hit publish, it published what was on my phone, 3 lines. And I'm like, no, 4 hours of work for nothing. But I got back to it and Who knows? Maybe this version came out better than the other version would have been. But yeah, check that out if you guys want to know more about the covered head. As I am experiencing different things and learning different things, I'm going to be putting that on the blog, and that will also actually be on a book. So anyways, enough about that. Let's read. Oh, I showed you the cover, but I didn't go through the table of contents, did I? I did go through the table of contents. I said 7, 8, and 9, didn't I? I'm doing too much. Never too much, never too much, never too much. Not for me. No, no, no. Yes. Week 27. The theme is remember the past. We're remembering the past. We're going through all the genealogy of these tribes, these people, from Adam all the way down through King Saul, past David and Solomon. Yeah. And I am reading 10, 11, and 12, so let's get to it. First, let me do a recap of what I talked about yesterday. So yesterday was Chronicles 7, 8, 9, and this is what happened. Talked about the descendants of Issachar. Talked about the descendants of Benjamin. Talked about the descendants of Naphtali. Talked about the descendants of Manasseh, Ephraim, Asher. In chapter 8, talked about descendants of Benjamin. And the family of Saul. And from this point on, I think it's pretty much a narrative. I know the first 3 days were really dry, really dare I say boring, because it's a bunch of names, it's a bunch of names, but it's important. It's important to pay attention because you never know what part that you might be listening to now is going to help you something make sense later. So yeah, we've pretty much done all the genealogy. Now we are talking about what was yesterday? The returning of the exiles, the returning of the priests, the returning of the Levites, and King Saul's family tree. And from this point on, we're going to be talking about the death of King Saul. David becomes king. David captures Jerusalem. David's mightiest warriors. David's 30 mighty men. Looks like another long list. Another long list of names. Warriors that joined David's army. And yeah, that's what's going to be going on today. So let me check in with my YouTube people. Excuse me. Happy 4th, everyone. It's July. So many amazing things and such great work. I'm trying. I have a dream. And I don't just have a dream. I have a reality that I'm creating. It's good to dream, but it's better to make a reality. The dream is the seed. The reality is the bloom. I'm blooming. You know why they make these straws so small? It's because there's so little in here, and by the time you're working through it, it feels like you've drunk a lot, but it's not. I was thinking about that the other day, like, why are these doggone straws so small? If they gave you a bigger straw, you'd be done in what, 5 seconds? These are things that go on in my mind. All right. Now that I wet my whistle, I'm all ready for 10, 11, and 12. This is chapter 10 of 1 Chronicles, y'all. Talking about the death of King Saul. Now the Philistines attacked Israel, and the men of Israel fled. Oh, I thought they were going to fight. The Philistines attacked Israel, and the men of Israel fled before them. Many were slaughtered on the slopes of Mount Gilboa. The Philistines closed in on Saul and his sons, and they killed 3 of his sons, Jonathan, Abinadab, and Malchishua. The fighting grew very fierce around Saul, and the Philistine archers caught up with him and wounded him. We actually already read about this in 2 Kings, but this is a little bit more detail. Saul groaned to his armor bearer, "Take your sword and kill me before these pagan Philistines come to taunt me and torture me." But his armor bearer was afraid and would not do it. So Saul took his own sword and fell on it. When his armor bearer realized that Saul was dead, he fell on his sword and died. So Saul and his 3 sons died there together, bringing his dynasty to an end. When all the Israelites in the Jezreel Valley saw that their army had fled and that Saul and his sons were dead, they abandoned their towns and fled. So the Philistines moved in and occupied their towns. Verse 8 says, the next day, when the Philistines went out to strip the dead, they found the bodies of Saul and his sons on Mount Gilboa. So they stripped off Saul's armor and cut off his head. Then they proclaimed the good news of Saul's death before their idols and to the people throughout the land of Philistia. They placed his armor in the temple of their gods, and they fastened his head to the temple of Dagon. But when everyone in Jabesh Gilead heard about everything the Philistines had done to Saul, all their mighty warriors brought the bodies of Saul and his sons back to Jabesh. Then they buried their bones beneath the great tree at Jabesh, and they fasted for 7 days. So Saul died because he was unfaithful to the Lord. He failed to obey the Lord's command and even consulted a medium instead of asking the Lord for guidance. So the Lord killed him and turned the kingdom over to David, son of Jesse. That is chapter 10, ladies and gentlemen. That is chapter 10. Here's chapter 11. The first half is going to be, looks like a narrative. By the end of it, we're going to have a long list of names, so pay attention. David becomes king of all Israel. Then all Israel gathered before David at Hebron and told him, we are your own flesh and blood. In the past, even when Saul was king, you were the one who really led the forces of Israel. And the Lord your God told you, you will be the shepherd of my people Israel. You will be the leader of my people Israel. So there at Hebron, David made a covenant before the Lord with all the elders of Israel, and they anointed him king of Israel, just as the Lord had promised through Samuel. Verse 4 says, David captures Jerusalem. Then David and all Israel went to Jerusalem, or Jebus, as it used to be called, where the Jebusites, I'll call it Jebus, where the Jebusites, the original inhabitants of the land, were living. The people of Jebus taunted David, saying, you'll never get in here. But David captured the fortress of Zion, which is now called the city of David. David had said to his troops, whoever's in the first to attack the Jebusites will become the commander of my armies. And Joab, the son of David's sister Zeruiah, was first to attack. So he became the commander of David's armies. Good old Joab. Verse 7. David made the fortress his home, and that is why it is called the city of David. He extended the city from the supporting terraces to the surrounding areas, while Joab rebuilt the rest of Jerusalem. And David became more and more powerful because the Lord of heaven's armies was with him. And now we're going to talk about David's mightiest warriors. Verse 10, these are the leaders of David's mighty warriors. Together with all Israel, they decided to make David their king, just as the Lord had promised concerning Israel. Here is the record of David's mightiest warriors. The first was Jeshobeam, the Hakmonite, who was the leader of the three musketeers? I don't think so. The mightiest warriors among David's men. He once used his spear to kill 300 enemy warriors in a single battle. Next in rank among the three was Eleazar, son of Dodai, a descendant of Ahoah. He was with David in the battle against the Philistines at Pasdamimim. The battle took place in a field full of barley, and all the Israelite army fled. But Eleazar and David held their ground in the middle of the field and beat back the Philistines. So the Lord saved them by giving them a great victory. Once, when David was at the rock near the cave of Adullam, the Philistine army was camped in the valley of Rephaim. The three, who were among 30, an elite group among David's fighting men, went down to meet him there. David was staying in the stronghold at the time, and a Philistine detachment had occupied the town of Bethlehem. David remarked longingly to his men, oh, how I would love some of that good water from the well by the gate in Bethlehem. So the three broke through the Philistine lines, drew some water from the well by the gate in Bethlehem, and brought it back to David. But David refused to drink it. Instead, he poured it out as an offering to the Lord. God forbid that I should drink this, he exclaimed. This water is as precious as the blood of these men who risked their lives to bring it to me. So David did not drink it. These are examples of the exploits of the three. And in verse 20, he's talking about David's 30 mighty men. So we talked about the three. Now we're going to talk about the 30. Abishai, the brother of Joab, was the leader of the 30. He once used his spear to kill 300 enemy warriors in a single battle. Jashobeam did the same thing. I was going to say, did I just read that? Nope, that was Jashobeam. Looks like Abishai did that too. It was by such feats that he became as famous as the three. Abishai was the most famous of the 30 and was their commander, though he was not one of the three. There was also Benaiah, son of Jehoiada, a valiant warrior from Kabzeel. He did many heroic deeds, which included killing 2 champions of Moab. Another time, on a snowy day, he chased a lion down into a pit and killed it. Once, armed only with a club, he killed an Egyptian warrior who was 7.5 feet tall and whose spear was as thick as a weaver's beam. Benaiah wrenched that spear from the Egyptian's hand and killed him with it. Deeds like these made Benaiah as famous as the 3 mightiest warriors. He was more honored than the other members of the 30, though he was not one of the 3. And David made him captain of his bodyguard. David's mighty warriors also included, you ready? David's mighty warriors also included Asahel, Joab's brother, Elhanan, son of Dodo from Bethlehem, Shammah from Herod, Helez from Pelion, Ira, son of Ikesh from Tekoa, Ibiezer from Anathoth, Sibbecai from Husha, Zalmon from Ahoa, Maharai from Netophah, Helez, son of Baanah from Netophah, Ithai, son of Ribai, from Gibeah in the land of Benjamin, Benaiah from Pirathon, Hurai from near Nahali Gaesh, Abi Albon from Araba, Asmaveth from Bahurim, Elianabah from Shealban, the sons of Jashan from Gizon, Jonathan, son of Shagi from Harar, Ahiam, son of Sharar from Harar, Eliphaz, son of Ur, Hefer from Makera, Ahijah from Pelon, Hezro from Carmel, Peirai, son of Ezbai, Joel, the brother of Nathan, Mebar, son of Hagri, Zelek from Ammon, Naharai from Beeroth, Joab's armor bearer, Ira from Jatir, Gareb from Jatir, Uriah the Hittite, Zabad, son of Ali, Adina, son of Shiza, the Reubenite leader, who had 30 men with him, Hanan, son of Maacah, Josaphat from Mithna, Uzziah from Ashtaroth, Shammah and Jael, the sons of Hotham, from Aroer, Jediel, son of Shimri, Joha, his brother, from Tiz, Eliel from Mahava, Jerubai and Joshaviah, the sons of Elnaam, Ithma from Moab, Eliel and Obed, Jaasiel from Zobah. And those are David's 30 mighty men. And that is also chapter 11. That's chapter 11. After all that, I am going to drink another Capri Sun. Because these things are so small, you barely wet your whistle, so I got me another one. Don't tell my daughter I drank the last one. Woo! Are you guys still awake? I know this one can be pretty difficult. This particular reading can be pretty difficult. All right. Chapter 12 is the last one for today. And it's actually not as long as this other one. So let's get to it, shall we? Chapter 12 is talking about warriors join David's army. She says, yes, I'm awake. Good for you. Because sometimes it's just me and the crickets. Creak, 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 creak. The following men joined David at Ziklag while he was hiding from Saul, son of Kish. They were among the warriors who fought beside David in battle. All of them were expert archers, and they could shoot arrows or sling stones with their left hand as well as their right. They were all relatives of Saul from the tribe of Benjamin. Their leader was Ahiezer, son of Shemaiah, from Gibeah. His brother Joash was second in command. These were the other warriors. Jeziel and Pelet, sons of Azmaveth, Baraka, Jehu from Anathoth. 1 second here. All right. Ishmaiah from Gibeon, a famous warrior and leader among the 30. Jeremiah, Jahaziel, Johanan, and Jozabad from Jederah. Eluzai, Jeremoth, Bealiah, Shemariah, and Shephatiah. Ooh, I thought I almost said a bad word there. Shephatiah from Haruth. Elkanah, Ishia, Azarel, Joezer, and Jeshobim, who were the Korahites. Jola and Zebediah, sons of Jeroam, from Geder. And verse 8 says, some brave and experienced warriors from the tribe of Gad also defected to David while he was at the stronghold in the wilderness. They were expert with both shield and spear, as fierce as lions and as swift as deer on the mountains. Ezer was their leader. Obadiah was the second. Eliab was the third. Mishmana was fourth. Jeremiah was fifth in command. Attai was sixth in command. Eliel was seventh. Johanan was eighth. The ninth person was Elzabad. The 10th person was Jeremiah. And number 11, Makbanai. These warriors from Gad were army commanders. The weakest among them could take on 100 regular troops, and the strongest could take on 1,000. These were the men who crossed the Jordan River during its seasonal flooding at the beginning of the year and drove out all the people living in the lowlands on both the east and west banks. Others from Benjamin and Judah came to David at the stronghold. David went out to meet them and said, if you have come in peace to help me, we are friends. But if you have come to betray me to my enemies when I am innocent, then may the God of our ancestors see it and punish you. Then the Spirit came upon Amasai, the leader of the 30, and he said, we are yours, David. We are on your side, son of Jesse. Peace and prosperity be with you, and success to all who help you, for your God is the one who helps you. So David let them join him, and he made them officers over his troops. Some men from Manasseh defected from the Israelite army and joined David when he set out with the Philistines to fight against Saul. But as it turned out, the Philistine rulers refused to let David and his men go with them. After much discussion, they sent them back, for they said, it will cost us our heads if David switches loyalties to Saul and turns against us. Here is a list of the men from Manasseh who defected to David as he was returning to Ziklag. Adnah, Jozabad, Jediel, Michael, Jozabad, another one, Elihu, and Zelathai. Each commanded 1,000 troops from the tribe of Manasseh. They helped David chase down bands of raiders, for they were all brave and able warriors who became commanders in his army. Day after day, more men joined David until he had a great army like the army of God. These are the numbers of armed warriors who joined David at Hebron. They were all eager to see David become king instead of Saul, just as the Lord had promised. All right, let me check in with you guys to make sure. It's all quiet on Facebook, even though I see one eyeball on me. I don't know who it is, so let me see if anybody said anything over here. Okay. Just checking, just making sure. See, this one's not so. Actually, this one is probably the shortest one. This is the shortest one, I think. And this is verse 12, which is the last part of today. All right. From the tribe of Judah were 6,800 warriors armed with shields and spears. From the tribe of Simeon, there were 7,100 brave warriors. Already, that's a lot of people. I mean, that's a lot of people. Wow. From the tribe of Levi, there were 4,600 warriors. This included Jehoiada, leader of the family of Aaron, who had 3,700 under his command. This also included Zadok, a brave young warrior, with 22 members of his family who were all officers. From the tribe of Benjamin, Saul's relatives, there were 3,000 warriors. And those are the people that defected. Because if they said Saul's relatives, they should have been supporting Saul, not David. Most of the men from Benjamin had remained loyal to Saul until this time. From the tribe of Ephraim, there were 20,800 brave warriors, each highly respected in his own clan. You guys, that's like a small city. That's like a very large town or a very small city. Wow, that's a lot of people. Verse 31 says, from the half tribe of Manasseh, west of the Jordan, 18,000 men were designated by name to help David become king. From the tribe of Issachar, there were 200 leaders of the tribe with their relatives. All these men understood the signs of the times and knew the best course for Israel to take. From the tribe of Zebulun, there were 50,000 skilled warriors. They were fully armed and prepared for battle and completely loyal to David. From the tribe of Naphtali, there were 1,000 officers and 37,000 warriors armed with shields and spears. From the tribe of Dan, there were 28,000 warriors, all prepared for battle. From the tribe of Asher, there were 40,000 trained warriors, all prepared for battle. And from the east side of the Jordan River, where the tribes of Reuben and Gad and the half tribe of Manasseh lived, there were 120,000 troops armed with every kind of weapon. All these men came in battle array to Hebron with the single purpose of making David the king over all Israel. In fact, everyone in Israel agreed that David should be their king. They feasted and drank with David for 3 days, for preparations had been made by their relatives for their arrival, and people from as far away as Issachar, Zebulun, and Naphtali brought food on donkeys, camels, mules, and oxen. Vast supplies of flour, fig cakes, clusters of raisins, wine, oil, cattle, and sheep and goats were brought to the celebration. There was great joy throughout the land of Israel. Ladies and gentlemen, that was 10, 11, and 12. That was 10, 11, and 12 of First Chronicles. I think that's all I'm supposed to be reading. Looking at my laptop here. I think that's all I'm supposed to be reading. All right. I got yes awake. That's the last thing I see. That's the last thing I see on there. All right, so I don't think I've got anything else to add to this, unless there's any questions or any comments, any insights. I read about Judah yesterday. I read about the kingdom of Judah yesterday. You know, one thing I'm curious about, I don't remember, why is it always considered the half tribe of Manasseh? Like it's always talking about the tribe of this and the tribe of that, the tribe of this person. And it always says the half tribe of Manasseh. If you guys remember what happened to the tribe of Manasseh, let me know. Because I want to know what happened to the other tribe. Maybe that'll be my last portion of the reading today. Because I'm like, the half tribe, the half tribe. Yes, I think I shall. Because we are at 35 minutes. This was a very quick one. Very, very quick one. 10, 11, and 12 done just like that. Okay. Put this here. I got a very short reading for Manasseh. Manasseh, the name means causing to forget. Causing to forget. The 14th king of Judah. The 14th king of, oops, there's another heading here. Hold on. Joseph's firstborn son. Okay, going back. Joseph's firstborn son, who was born in Egypt to Asenath, the daughter of Potiphera, or Potiphar, priest of On. Like his younger brother Ephraim, Manasseh was half Hebrew and half Egyptian. I don't think I remembered that part. Manasseh's birth caused Joseph to forget the bitterness of his past experiences. Yeah, because his brothers did him wrong, remember? He was the favorite. They wanted to kill him. Instead of killing him, they sold him into slavery. And he was in prison for a really long time until he made his way up the ranks because of his ability to interpret dreams. So, wow. His firstborn son was named Causing to Forget. Oh, wow. Manasseh and Ephraim were both adopted by Jacob and given status as sons, just like Jacob's own sons, Reuben and Simeon. I remember that now. I remember that on Jacob's deathbed, he said, Joseph, go get your firstborn sons. I'm going to adopt them as my own sons so that they will have a birthright. Right. Okay, here's the second heading under Manasseh, meaning causing to forget. The 14th king of Judah, the son of Hezekiah, born to Hephzibah. You can read about this in 2 Kings chapter 21. Manasseh reigned longer than 55 years, longer than any other Israelite king, and had the dubious distinction of being Judah's most wicked king. This got to be another Manasseh. It's not the same Manasseh, is it? Oh, I was having such high hopes in you. Let's see, he came to the throne at the age of 12, although he probably co-reigned with Hezekiah for 10 years. His father's godly influence appeared to have affected Manasseh only negatively. Okay, that's right, that was a different Manasseh. Hezekiah, good, got rid of all the idols, was pleasing to the Lord. Manasseh, bad, undid all of his daddy's work. Okay, I remember now. Two different Manassehs. His father's godly influence appeared to have affected Manasseh only negatively, and he reverted to the ways of his evil grandfather Ahaz. Let's see, he committed to idolatry. Manasseh restored everything Hezekiah had abolished. Manasseh erected altars to Baal. He erected an image of Asherah in the temple. He worshipped the sun, moon, and stars. He recognized the Ammonite god Molech and sacrificed his son to him. Oh. He approved divination, and he killed all who protested his evil actions. It is possible that he killed the prophet Isaiah. Rabbinical tradition states that Manasseh gave the command that Isaiah be sawn in two. You can read about that in Hebrews 11 and 37. Scripture summarizes Manasseh's reign by saying that he seduced them, talking about Judah, to do more evil than the nations whom the Lord had destroyed before the children of Israel. Manasseh was temporarily deported to Babylon, where he humbled himself before God in repentance. And we're going to read about that in 2 Chronicles 33. Upon Manasseh's return to Jerusalem, he tried to reverse the trends he had set, but his reforms were quickly reversed after his death by his wicked son Amon. And now we're going to read about the tribe of Manasseh, and that is it. We read about the two different Manassehs, and now this is the tribe. This is the tribe of Manasseh. The tribe descended through Manasseh's son Machir. Machir's son Gilead, and Gilead's 6 sons. And we read about them through in Numbers 26, verses 28 through 34. During their first 430 years in Egypt, the tribe of Manasseh increased increased to 32,200 men of war. By the second census, 39 years later, it numbered 52,700. In the settlement of Canaan, land was provided for Manasseh on both sides of the Jordan River. Eastern Manasseh was able to occupy its land only after he had aided the other tribes in conquering their territories. Because of the Canaanite fortresses and strong cities in the land, Western Manasseh had difficulty settling in its territory. When it became strong, however, it did not expel the Canaanites, but subjected them to tribute. The tribe of Manasseh was known for its valor, and it claimed 2 famous judges, Gideon and Jephthah. During Saul's reign, men from Manasseh joined David at Ziklag. Later, many people from both western and eastern Manasseh rallied to make David king at Hebron. So to answer my question that I asked myself, why do these scriptures keep referring to the half tribe of Manasseh, the half tribe of Manasseh? I'm guessing because just like there was a Israel in the north and Judah in the south, I guess the east side of Manasseh and the west side of Manasseh, between the Jordan River, they kind of like did their own thing and they did their own thing. And I'm guessing. But if you know the answer, fact check me. Come back and tell me in the comments. Kenya, actually, they refer to the half tribe of Manasseh because do, and you can let me know. Because I don't want to be right. I want to know right. I want to know what's right. I don't want to just be right. Oh my goodness, have I kept you guys on the screensaver? I mean, the screen share this whole time? Or is it just me looking up there? Okay. I was looking at my Kindle thing and I'm like, oh, you guys haven't been watching me. That's it. That's it. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Everybody doing all right? If you're awake, good. I'm getting ready to go to bed. Yes, it's almost 8 o'clock in the morning and I'm getting ready to go to bed. Why? I didn't go to work last night, but I have to stay up at night or else it won't work. You don't switch back to sleeping at night just because it's your day off. You have to stay up all night. So then when you do go back to work, you'll still be on the same sleep cycle. Gotta go get more Capri Suns. All right, if there's no questions, no comments, no concerns, no critiques, no special insight, I want to thank you for your likes. I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for your patience. Well, not your patience, but thank you for your patience and paying attention. I know some of these parts are dry. Yes. Some of these parts are dry. But it's necessary. It's necessary to tie the whole story together. I would much rather read the entire Bible and understand the whole story than just read the highlights because they're just the interesting parts. You know what I'm saying? You have to read it all together. And sometimes the uninteresting parts will help you to understand the more interesting parts. Sometimes the dry parts make the other parts juicy. Makes the whole story more satisfying. At least to me it does. That's it for me. I read 10, 11, and 12, and I read about the tribe of Manasseh and the 2 different Manassehs. Manasseh, firstborn son of Joseph out of Egypt, and Manasseh, son of Hezekiah. Good. Now it's time for the outro prayer. Hooray! Lord, thank you for today. Thank you for the Saturday. Thank you for my patience. Thank you for my patience, and thank you for keeping me calm, Lord, because I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed after writing that article for 3 hours and just to find that it had been deleted because I had 2 accounts open trying to edit it. But Lord, thank you for a calm mind. Thank you for the sensibility to just jump back on it, pick up where I left off, and it is done. Bless that article. May it bless other people. May other people read it, understand it, and find some value from it. Lord, bless this channel so that more people will have access to the readings for those who are seeking this type of content. I pray that you bless this channel so that they can find it and join me, and we can all have a Bible reading party together. Lord, thank you for today. Thank you for Saturday. Thank you for the safety and comfort of my home. Thank you for the ability to read my Bible without persecution. Thank you for the miracle of technology so I can hang out with all my YouTube friends and all my Facebook friends and anybody else who's watching. And I pray, Lord, that all who listen get motivated to read the Bible in their own time, come to their own understanding, and build up their faith and their strength and their understanding of you, find some purpose, and live their best life. That is my prayer. Amen. Yeah. All right, Facebook. If you want to see a really cool intro and outro to my channel, you got to head over to Boulevard 40, which is on YouTube. Type in hashtag BLVD40. Type in hashtag Bible Reading Party. Type in BLVD space 40. At one point, I'm probably going to get a sign, like I've got a sign here. But you can come check me out at YouTube. All of these live streams that I'm doing are saved on YouTube. So you can go back and you can see my whole catalog of Bible readings there. And you can see the cool outro music and some of the other stuff that I share on my screen. So for you, for you, Facebook, thanks for joining me. Happy Saturday. Now go read the Bible. Okay, this time I remembered, like as soon as you hit finish, it's going to play the same thing over again. So I made sure I caught it. And for all my YouTube friends, I got my YouTube friend shirt on. All my friends are on YouTube. Okay, see? And you can be too. All my friends are on YouTube. And you can be too. All right, you guys, it is time for the outro music. I'll see you guys tomorrow, Central Standard Time. One more quick share for those of you who said, I didn't know you had a website. If you missed it that time, I'm going to make sure you don't miss it this time. Right here. This website has been created by myself as a resource for people wanting to read the Bible. It is a small website. It is new. It is fresh. It's got just enough on here for you guys to come and check out. And I hope that you check it often so that you can see some of the things that I am creating, in addition to reading the Bible and hopefully encouraging others to read. My first blog article was published, was it yesterday or the day before? Yes. It says the 4th of July, but it was actually published the day before. The first article that I wrote on here is 12 skills you need before reading the Bible. If you want to know what those 12 skills are, make sure you head over to thebibleinOneyear.com, because I want to read the Bible in 1 year. I want to read it every day. You can also check out and let me know what you think about my other website, which is called Covered Head, as I am going on a spiritual journey to cover my hair this year, or cover my head. I've been doing some research into it and just kind of documenting my own experiences here. This is my first article that I came up with, that I just finished last night. It is called, the name of the article is What is the Covered Head? Definitions and expressions of modesty and fashion. If you go there and read it, there will be, they're both very short reads, and there's some links on each of these articles that will connect you to some further information if you do want to, if you want to do a little bit more research. So just about everything that I've written on here is supported by some outside resources that you guys can check out if you choose to. And then you can come back and let me know in the live chat or in one of the comments of the other videos what you think about it. And if you have any ideas of something that you would like to see on either of these, as far as reading the Bible or the covered head, let me know. I'm open to suggestions. And yeah, I really appreciate it. On that note, on that note,